Okay, so I have 1 cup of Elmer's glue in here, which you can buy at the store. You can make using my previous video. So here is the Elmer's glue. Now I'm going to mix in 3 tablespoons of flour. If you have corn flour, use corn flour, but white flour is okay as well. And I'm using white flour right now. So whatever is easiest to get at the store is fine. 1 tablespoon of salt. Okay, and as you're doing, I'm going to start to kind of mix that into the glue. You want to really get this nice and mixed up. One tablespoon of oil. You can use any kind of cooking oil is fine. One tablespoon of vinegar. Mix this up really good. And then you're going to slowly add in your dried paper mass. And it will, you don't want it to be totally dry, but you want to have definitely gotten out all of the water that you can get out. Maybe let it kind of sit uncovered for a little while so that it just is a little bit on the damp side. You want it'll start to soak into your glue. You really want to mash that around because we want this to be smooth. So you're going to keep working with this, and stirring and mixing, and stirring and mixing. And you can kind of keep adding some more to this. It's like the paper almost kind of dissolves back into the wet solution that you've created. That's going to take quite a bit of paper, so we're going to be able to add quite a bit of paper to this. Keep adding more of your dried paper mass to your mixture. Just kind of mix in. Got to really get this so that it's all totally mixed in, and this takes some time in the process because you're trying to get that paper to completely dissolve back into this mixture, and you're trying to get enough paper in the mixture that it's not so sticky anymore. Once you get it to about this point, you can start adding in, start with a tablespoon of flour, and then you're going to keep adding that into your clay until it's not sticky anymore, so that you can actually form it into some shapes. But just exactly how much that's going to take is going to depend on how well you were able to get the water out of that paper mass that you created. Because if this is too sticky, it's going to be hard to work with. You can also let it sit for a little while, and that will, before you're using it, you can put it in the fridge for a few days. When you start to think that it's getting close, try working with it, try making something, try to see if you could form something without it just being a sticky mess. You shouldn't see white flour, so you've got to really keep mixing. So keep kind of working that in. And just understand that this whole process, it takes time. And start to see, okay, am I getting to a point where this is not going to be too sticky? Can I start to make shapes with it? Once you think that you're getting there, it still seems a little bit sticky, add a little bit more flour until you're to the point where you're kneading it and it's not just like sticking to you. And I used a few different colors of paper mask that I had made, and I mixed them together. You could use all the same color. You can make your paper mask just completely white. because you can always paint this afterwards after you create something. Okay, so now I feel like that's getting to a pretty good consistency where I can start to make something out of it. Now, again, I just want to make sure that everything is totally mixed up. And then I'm just going to store this wrapped up in the refrigerator until I'm ready to use it. Okay, so now I have a form that I'm going to use. You can use the inside or the outside, but I prefer to use the outside like this. And you're going to take your clay, and you're going to kind of form it in a thin layer. On the outside of it. Now you could mix up different colors here, or like I said, you could paint this afterwards to kind of create some unique design. Be creative, come up with something new, something different. So whatever you want to do. I kind of wanted to go with like this kind of marbled look, so I had used colored construction papers and kind of mixed them in together. When I was making it. So I'm just going to kind of keep laying this all over this until I have it completely covered. Okay, so you're going to want to cover this entire thing, make sure that everything is nice and even, and kind of even like roll it onto the table a little bit. And then you can add a foot to it. If you do this on the inside, you will have to add the foot after the fact, which you can just re-wet this area that you're going to attach this to. But you can come in and add like the shape of the foot that you want to, so you can design this in any way that you want to and come in and just make sure you're attaching it really well. And think about your design that you want in that as well. So come in and lay this in. Okay, and you can kind of just keep on working with this until you're happy with the balance of the shape of the foot onto your piece, making sure that that's smooth, and think about how this is going to look, and is that going to lift that up enough? Do you need to make it a little bit bigger, or is it too overwhelming? So think about the same kinds of things that you would think about if this were created in clay, and then you want to just kind of come in and smooth everything out. Make sure that. Okay, now I can roll this like regular clay, and I can smash it. I can kind of make different shapes. I can attach some of these different shapes to this, and then kind of work that in, so I can actually add some design. Now you could do this with different colors as well if you wanted to. So you could have like little swirls or different shapes you can think of, like design elements and principles. And remember, using different thicknesses and thinness can add a lot of interest